Okay, for our session today, we will be having arithmetic series. Now, let's differentiate first sequences and series. What is the difference between a sequence and a series? This will be the difference. A sequence, it's simply a list of numbers with commas. While in series, it's an indicated sum, meaning it's stated number plus a certain number plus another number. These are the examples. So you have there a sequence, that's 3, 8, 13, and 18. If I'm going to write this sequence as a series, then I'm going to be replacing the commas with plus. That's 3 plus 8 plus 13 plus 18. So therefore, ang ato dieng concern for this session is getting the sum of a series. Or probably getting the sum of the terms in a sequence. Okay? So, let's begin. Can I have a volunteer, please? Who can read the definition of arithmetic series? Any volunteer? Yes, go on. Okay, just like what I said a while ago, if you will be adding the terms of an arithmetic sequence, that is what you call an arithmetic series now. To further expand this, let's have a recap first on the formula of an arithmetic sequence. Do you still remember this formula? Yes, okay. Let me ask you this question. What is A sub n in the formula? What does it stand for? It stands for what? It is the the number, or in a term. For example, in other words, this is simply the nth term. Simple as that. It's the nth term. What is A sub 1? What is the first number or the first term? Okay. What about n? What is n? The term number. That's totally right. I agree with all of you. It's the term number. What about d? The common difference. So, you already know, you are very familiar with this formula already. Now, I will be introducing another two formulas for series. And these are the two formulas you need to familiarize today. So, I will go over them one by one. Let's start first with the first formula. We have S sub n is equal to n over 2 times A sub 1 plus A sub n. You will be using the first formula, this one over here, Kenisha. I will be using this if I am given the first term, the last term or the nth term, and also the number of terms. Again, I will be using formula 1 if the first term, the last term, and the number of terms are given. If the last term is not given, meaning ang given na din ha kay first term, ang common difference, ug ang number of terms, then I will be using formula number 2 now. But take note, kining formula number 2, this formula came from formula 1. Who'd like to give his explanation? Nganong ang formula 2 man, sir, ingon kagikan man sa formula number 1? Sige, let's examine the formula now. Sorry. Unsaon man ninako nga kining A sub 1 plus A sub n, mahimo siyang 2A sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d. Okay, let me ask you this question. Who can give me the formula I gave a while ago? The arithmetic sequence formula. Kindly dictate that, please. Unsa tong atong arithmetic sequence formula? Okay, go on. A sub n equals... Okay. Correct. Okay. What if I'm gonna be substituting this one over here? Because that's a sub n. So I'm gonna be writing a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d over here. So di ba we can, what is a sub 1 plus a sub 1? Mauna siyang 2a sub 1 din plus, kopyahon rin nahibilin, n minus 1 times d. So therefore, ako ra di ang gi-inject ang formula sa a sub n dire, and this will be our second formula. So simply, gisolve rin ako si a sub n, nidiretso na ako dire. So again, mao lang ni atong timan-an. If the first term and the last term and n are given, formula 1. If a sub n is not given, formula number 2. Now, to further explain this, expound this, let's have our first problem. Okay, let's analyze this. This does not mean that tanang given din na atong gamiton. Pwede man ang gamiton na ko Formula 1. Pwede man Formula 2. Depende na sa inyong diskarte. But in this case, masayon ang Formula number 1. Why is it so? Okay, let's analyze it now. What is the value of n? What is the value of n here, section P's? Look at the problem. We are looking for S sub 15. Therefore, the value of n is 15. When I say S sub 15, ang pasabutan niya section P's is this. The sum of the first 15 terms or the first 15 numbers. And the first term is 80. The 15th, or this is now your A sub n, that's 38. Okay? So let us solve this now. S sub n, this is S sub 15. This is equal to, you already know that n is 15 divided by 2. Okay, what is the first term equal to? 80, or substitute 80 over the first term. Plus, what is the A sub n equal to? 38. O i-substitute na ko dire ni A sub n si 38. Okay? Now, let's solve this one. So, meaning, sir, kini di ayong difference nga negative 3, pwede na di siya di gamiton sa solution. Pwede ra jud kaayo. Basta, naalang inyuhang formula, nagamit mo sa ubang given, it's okay. Okay? So, let's solve this now. Let's do the division first. How much is this? 15 divided by 2. I suggest, section P's, that you should use a calculator kay ang answers nato usay maabot og mga thousands later on. So, 7.5. Then, what is 80 plus 38? 118. Okay, multiply 7.5 and 118. 885. This answers the question. What is the sum of the first 15 numbers, or S sub 15? So again, I am using formula number 1 because A sub n is given, the first term is given, n is also given. Any questions about the first problem? None. Okay, let's proceed to the second problem. So you have here a sequence now. Find the sum of the first 18 terms of the arithmetic sequence. 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. Here's my question. Mao ni unang pangutanan ako always. Is A sub n given? Okay, kung na si A sub n, formula 1. Kung wala si A sub n, formula 2. Maura man dyan na ang inyong padulungan. Wala si A sub n, formula 2. Naa si A sub n, formula 1. So here's the question now. Is A sub n, meaning the last term of this sequence, given? No. Wala man, dili man given ang 18th term. Ang given raw 1, 2, 3, 4 until 5 terms naman na siya. So meaning I will be using the first formula. The second formula, Okay? What is n equal to? 18. It's found over here. The first 18 terms, meaning this is our n. 18. This is equal to n over 2. 18 over 2. Okay. 2 times the first term. What is the first term in our given? This is our first term. That's 3. Plus, again, what's the value of n? 18 minus 1. What is the common difference here? 2, because you added 2 there. Okay, let's solve this one now. Start with the division part. 18 divided by 2, that is 9. Multiply these two, how much do you get? 6. Let's subtract 18 and 1. Multiply that to 2. 34. So, ato nilang idiretso ha. Inighuman na tug minus 1, i-multiply na tug 2 right away. Di na lang tanga mag step by step sa atong solution. Next, add the two numbers here. 40. And what is 40 times 9? There you have it. Maunay answer sa atong question. This is the sum of the first 18 terms. 360. Okay? So, kung tanaw nimo ang difference, tanawa ang first example nato. Wala gibutang ang sequence. Ang gibutang ra jud first term ug nth term. Kini siya gibutangan ka og sequence pero wala si a sub n. So, kana palang daan, okay, nalakoy clue nga pwede di ay nga mo ni ilhanan ako. If I'm given the sequence, I will be using formula number 2, but not all the time. You need to analyze what is given. Okay? But most of the time, ingani ang case. Okay ni siya. Kana palang daan. What formula? Formula 1, formula 2. Formula 2 right away. Okay, let's solve this now. We have S sub 12 because I'm looking for the first 12 terms. So, N is 12 divided by 2. Twice. Okay na ni siya. Sorry, the first term is what? 50. Plus, diretso na siya 100. That's okay if you're gonna multiply them right away in your solution. Okay ra na siya. N is 12 minus 1. The common difference is how much? Is it positive 3 or negative 3? Negative 3. Okay, let's do the operations here. Unahon taning division. Pila ni? 6. Then what your classmate said, 100. Yeah. Ato ning i-minus 11. I-multiply na ko dira, pila man ni? Negative 3. So I'll be writing, I'm gonna erase first this one. Okay. Negative 33. So what is 100 minus 33? 67. And 67 times 6 is how much? How much? 402. This will be the answer to the problem. The sum of the first 12 terms is 402. Let's have another problem. This one. What if I'm going to change this? I'm going to change find to the word evaluate. When I say find or evaluate, they have the same idea. So when I say evaluate S sub 63, we are simply looking for S sub 63. Now, my question is it formula 1 or formula number 2? Now, ang question, na ay A sub n? Walay A sub n. So, meaning formula number 2. Okay? So, I'm looking for S sub 63. N is 63. This one. Then, twice the first term. The first term is how much? Negative 19 is the first term. Negative 19. Oh, sorry for that. Oops. For a while. Okay, there you go. Negative 19. Plus. N is 63 again. Minus 1. What is the common difference here? Positive 7. Sure? Positive 6. Is positive 6 sure? Is it, which is which? Again, you tell me, is it positive 6? Is it negative 6? Is it 7 or negative 7? Sige, ang formula manggod aning common difference is the second term minus the first term. The second term is negative 13. Minus the first term, which is negative 19. Diba kining negative mahimo ning positive? What is negative 13 plus 19? Positive 6. Meaning, positive 6 ni siya dere. Now, i-check na ko. Negative 19 plus 6, negative 13. Negative 13 plus 6, negative 7. So, it should be positive 6. Okay? Now, let's continue. Divide. How much do we get for this? This will give us 31.5. Okay. Multiply the 2. 2 times 19. Negative 38 is right. Plus, what is the difference between these two numbers? 62 times 6. Again, how much? 372. Okay. What is negative 38 plus 372? 334. Multiply 334 and 31.5. How much is that? 10,521. Is this correct? Okay, so this will be our answer to this problem. Okay? Okay, questions so far. Are there any questions? Okay, let's proceed to our next problem. Yes, go on. Yes, any question? Na ay n, dara ay si 63. Okay. That's a good question though. Kay mo na ako ang next problem. Now look at this one. Find the sum of the terms of this arithmetic series. 151 plus 147 plus 143 plus 139 plus so on and so forth until plus negative 5. Let's identify first what is given. Let me show you the formula first. Atong ipang, is the first term given? What is the first term? 151. So I don't have any problems on that. What about a sub n? What is a sub n? The last number here, negative 5. That's a sub n. The question here is this. Which term is negative 5? O mo na itong pangitaon una. Kay wala man tay value sa n. Di man ta makabut-but. Ay, kana sir, kay 70. Ay, kana sir, 20. Atong isolve ang n. And we will be using this formula over here, the arithmetic sequence formula. Okay, what is the value of a sub n again in our given? Negative 5. What is the value of the first term? 151 plus n minus 1 because we're looking for n times the common difference. What is the common difference here? Negative 4. Okay. I will transpose this one to the other side. That becomes negative 5 minus 151 is equal to, what are you going to do with negative 4? You distribute. Okay. I'm going to distribute this now. What happens here? This becomes negative 4n plus 4 is right. Okay. Now, let's combine these two. How much is this? 156. Unsay buhaton nako ni positive 4? So, what happens to positive 4? It becomes, okay, there you have it, negative 4. And then let's combine these two again. How much is this? Negative 160 is equal to negative 4n. What will you do next? Okay, very good. Divide both sides by negative 4. So what is the value of n? Is it negative 40 or positive 40? Positive 40. So meaning di ay, sir, ika-40th term di ay ni si negative 5. Therefore, I will be solving for the sum of the first 40 numbers. Okay, ang n nako 40 man. So, substituting 40 over here and substituting first term nga 151 ug ang atuang a sub n which is negative 5. So, divide. How much is this? 20. What is 151 plus negative 5? Or 151 minus 5? 146. Multiply 146 and 20. 2,920. O mo ni answers atong problem. This is the sum of the terms in this series. Okay? Sir, what if sir ba kay wala ni si 5? Example lang ha. Wala si 5, sir. You cannot solve the problem. Because walay n, walay a sub n. The problem cannot be solved. Okay? So, mo na itong timanan ay dapat judain no naa si a sub n or naa si n para ma-solve ang problem. Next. I have questions about this problem, by the way. None. Okay, let's proceed to our second to the last problem. Now, this will be our question. Find the sum of the first 30 natural numbers. When I say natural numbers, it pertains to the counting numbers. Now, when you do counting, where do you begin? You always start with 1. We don't say, right, you count off please, 0, 1. You don't start with 0. So when I say natural numbers, it pertains to the counting numbers. And it starts with 1, then followed by 2, followed by 3. But I'm not gonna be listing all the numbers there. Instead, I'm gonna be using ellipsis here, so on and so forth, until which number? Asa man kumuhunong? The number 30. Simple as that. The number 30. Because it's simply from 1 to 30, the first 30 natural numbers. So you already know that this is the first term. This one is a sub n. What is n equal to here, section P's? Kini, 30 cn. That's your n. So I'm gonna be using formula 1 or formula 2. Formula 1 is easier. Okay? Let's make use of formula number 1. S sub 30 is equal to, that's 30 divided by 2. The first term, that's 1. A sub n, that's 30. So this is now 15 times 31. What is 15 times 31? 465. And this answers our question or the problem. This is now the sum of the first 30 natural numbers. Okay? Let's go to our last problem. Are there any questions about this problem, by the way? None. Okay, let's have our last problem. Find the sum of all multiples of 3 between 1 and 100. What are examples of multiples of 3? 3, next. 6, next. 9, sunod. 12. I will not be listing all the multiples of 3. I will be using again the ellipsis, the 3 dots, meaning so on and so forth. But I'm gonna end at which number? 99. Good, because 99 is the number before 100. That is a multiple of 3. Okay, so I will end with 99. This is the first term. This is a sub n. Now here's my question. Is n given? Wala si n. So meaning, isolve pa di ay nako si n dire. Okay. So giunsa to pag-solve si n ganiha, gigamitan nato og arithmetic sequence formula. Let me write it down. Okay. What is the first, a sub n in our given, in our sequence? 99. The first term, that's 3. Yeah, n is unknown, minus 1. The common difference is 3. Now, i-transpose din ako, mahimo ning minus 3. What is 99 minus 3? O, diretso na lang ta. 96. Distribute na to. This is 3n minus 3. O, transpose this to the other side. What will happen to 96? Baliktag 99. 3n. Divide both sides by 3. What is n? There you go. 33 di ay ang n nato dire. Now, naakoy technique sad ani. Kini nga technique magamit ra ni basta maguna naa si 1. Like 1 and 200, 1 and 50, 1 and 1,000. Pero kung ang maguna gani dili 1, maguna nga number, example 100 and 200, I cannot use this technique anymore. My technique is so simple. What is the last term? What is the last term? 99. 99 divided by 3 is how much? Oh, simple as that. There you have it. That's your n. That's the last term divided by 3, which is a multiple of 3. So what if it's a multiple of 5? Then, katong last term, i-divide og 5. So what if multiple of 7? Ang last term, i-divide og 7. That is how you get n. Kanaha if you are starting with between 1, but dili na gina 1 between 50 and 100, then you need to go on this process over here. Now, let's continue. The formula. The first formula is simpler. Okay. We are looking for S sub 33. 33 over 2. What is the first term? It's 3. The last term, it's 99. So I will be having, this is how much? 16.5. Multiply that by 102. Multiply 102 and 16.5. How much do you get? 1,683. Mao na ni answer sa ato ang pangutana. The sum of all multiples of 3 between 1 and 100 is 1,683.